Hello friends, how's it going? Oh my goodness. I random thought. I tried so hard to get the camera to go on this side and I'm like, oh, I flipped around because I messed it up, but I messed it up again, so there's a reason why. Isaac, stop it. Why you say you're always late? All Bob Gusion, let's see, Justin, Seth, Sarah, good to see you all on right now. Today we're gonna do things a little bit. I don't know. I guess it'll be somewhat different, but it'll be the same. A little bit of chaos right now. I'm at my brother's place. I literally just stepped into his house. I just flew back from the airport, so I want to make sure that I was on here. My brother will join me in just a little bit. Little did I know, my sister, who lives in Utah, is flying in and staying at my brother's place. So maybe we'll see her. I don't know. But yeah, so and on top of that, we're probably going to have a good handful of new people from the schools I spoke at in the past 2 days: Sequoia Middle School and I was going to say Falcons Foothill High School. What's up? Can you just throw? Oh man, I'll just walk it. Oh, nice. My brother just threw me a extra large long charger cable so I have a little bit more freedom to walk around. Yeah, so past 2 days has been pretty chaotic. On this live stream, welcome to this live stream again. And if you're from Sequoia or Foothill, give me a shout out in the comments. I see Seth from Sequoia, awesome. And let's see here. Maddie, good to see you on. Maddie, I saw your DMs on Instagram. Sorry about that. I've been busy. So, and my phone was literally at 1% battery, so I had to save it so I can contact my brother. We made it, and then my phone died. Yes, awesome. Sarah says, "How's my day been?" Dude, my day's been pretty awesome. I mean, I just flew back from NorCal, Northern California, and yeah, it's been a busy past 2.5 days, like nonstop speaking plus preparing and everything like that. And yeah, so I'm very grateful for what I have. I'll turn on this light. I'm trying to get my life together right now in terms of this live stream. So John says games today. I don't know if you saw the title. I'm guessing you didn't, but tonight we're not going to do a game night just because of how chaotic it is. Again, there's so much going on. My brother's going to be here. I didn't have time to figure out like how do I do game night with my brother, you know. So probably not this unless I don't. We're not going to do it this week. Next week, yeah, sure. Yeah, Steven, good to see you on. Yeah. All right. So, by the way, if you're new to this live stream, there's several different things that we do on it. You'll see, and I don't know, the only way to really know what happens during these live streams is by kind of participating and being a part of it. So I'll tell you, usually what happens is when I go speak at school, more people tend to hop on these live streams. Actually, today the numbers are pretty mellow, which is cool with me. And what happens is, you know, a lot of people hop on and they're like, oh, what's going on? They try to see what's going on. And that over time, like people don't keep up with it on every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but only a select few do, which are a lot of you. Pretty much majority of you on right now are the regulars, plus Seth. I think Seth. I'm like, who else is new here? Did I see Kevin Xiang? Don't see you on very often. Justin Lee, you too. Oh, thank you very much, Justin. I don't know if you're on right now, but thank you. Yes. Steve says I'm gonna do sit-ups. Hey, you know what? I did those sit-ups the other day, 100, and surprisingly exhausting. I haven't done sit-ups in a long time, so it was a good challenge. Maria, happy Friday to you too as well. Thanks for the well wishes. Let's see. I'm from Wisconsin. I'll never meet Richard. Hey, you know, maybe I'll make it out to Wisconsin. You know, I'm definitely trying to make it out to as many states as I can to speak at different schools. So it's don't count it out completely. Yeah, definitely open to it. Sarah says my day hasn't been the best, honestly, but trying to look on the bright side. Thank you for sharing, Sarah, and hoping your day gets better. And yes. So what I want to say, I guess for today's live stream, again, whenever my brother's free, he'll join us. Today's live stream, we'll just again, I mean, live chat. It's I'll tell you a little bit about my speaking presentations that I did these past 2 days, not just to share it, but also to kind of share like a I don't know, I guess what I learned from the situations and what I learned about meeting so many different middle school and high school students. Just to recap, uh, Thursday I spoke to 900 middle school students, and then on Friday today I spoke to what is that, 2,200 high school students. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, and yeah. So you know what? I'll go ahead and just dive in to the I'll dive into kind of my experiences as I try to get my little handy dandy phone stand so I don't have to keep holding my phone and it's all shaky. This is what I mean. I literally just got home. I didn't really have time to set up. Why? Oh my goodness, this thing is stuck. Hold on, 1 second, people. Sorry about that. Oh no. Why you gotta be like this? You wanna see this chaos? This is literally what I'm trying to do right now. This is my back. I have, like I said, I just got home and I'm trying to get this thing out. This is entertaining, isn't it? Oh my goodness, dude. This is annoying. All right. So fascinating, right? Here, I'll flip it. The adventures of Richard trying to get his little stand out. Okay, we finally got it. 1 second. Okay. Man, life and technology. Figuring it out. All of the above. Okay, there we go. That should be a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I see your comments. All right, Steven says I've been sick. John says, how's your speaking presentations? They were good. I'll talk a little bit more about them in just a second. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things I could talk about them. There are a lot that I learned and a lot that I want to share with you in terms of how do you grow yourself as an individual. There's a lot of mistakes that I've made and things that I can improve on personally and in the same way that we all can. So I'll share with you. It's, I don't know, fascinating. Life is just fascinating. Sarah says, I was at the skating rink to meet my friends, but they kind of never showed up. Oh, goodness. No bueno. Seth says, I just followed you on Instagram. Thank you very much. By the way, I'll take this opportunity. I don't know if you saw on Instagram. Some of you don't have my Instagram. So I'm giving away a free You Matter t-shirt. 3 of them, okay? For 1 week only. You could enter to win by commenting on the post, following my Instagram page, and then just writing hashtag You Matter in the post. Okay, so you'll have a chance to win, and I'll contact the winners at the end of August. Yes. Let's see. By the way, can you all hear me okay? Is it choppy? Is it lagging? Yeah, let me know because I'm at my brother's place and I'm not sure how the internet is here. Let's see. All Bob. Sorry, I forgot. I wrote down your name on my little notepad, but I don't have it right now. And I'm like, I'm blinking. So, All Bob. Jonathan says, today was my high school's first football game of the season, and me knowing I could not play this year put me in a bad mood. Aw. Sarah says, but at least I'm still alive and breathing. That's a blessing. This is true. By the way, I mean, I'll let my brother talk more about it, but my brother just injured himself. And I think it's a decent sized injury. So he'll talk a little bit about it, and I think my brother has a pretty positive way of looking at things, even though he has. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you what he's gonna say, pretty much. and he'll add on to it. But yeah, it's like, even though we have injuries, like we have bad things that happen to us, at least we have so much more. So yeah, I mean, my brother, even though he's injured, you just got to deal with it and focus on all the things that you do have. That's the summary of it. So looking forward to, yeah, my brother hopping on a little bit. Coulter, that is you. I thought Coulter, but I was just like, I don't know. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if it was another name. So yeah, thank you for the reminder, Coulter. Maddie says, sorry, Richard, getting Wi-Fi was September, so see you soon. And my birthday is on the T-shirt giveaway, so happy early birthday to me. Happy early birthday to you, Maddie. Let's see. Moon, good to see you on. Moon says, life has been super busy recently. Didn't get a chance to jump on to the live. Well, thank you for being on right now. Tattooed Heart says, hello to you. You hate school. Sorry to hear that, and hope it gets better. Seth says, next week on the 30th is my birthday. Oh, nice. Happy early birthday to you. Sarah says, isn't it amazing how we all get to live? We mess up, but we can always get back. That's amazing, and I love all you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you, Sarah. Let's see. And then Coulter's on the 29th. Nice. We got a lot of August babies. That's awesome. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to briefly kind of just share with you what I've learned, just going through the journey of me traveling for the past 2 days. And is that cool with all of you? Is it cool if I share with you kind of my speaking journey and, flying up to NorCal, speaking, and kind of what I learned? Or do you want to talk about something else? Because this is your live stream. Let me know. All right. Thank you, Sarah, for saying I like your shirt. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want me to share that story or not. It's okay. I'm not attached to it. So Coulter says I can watch the stream on my B-day. Nice. Moon says this is a question for your brother. Oh, my brother's not here yet. I mean, he's downstairs. So whenever he comes, he can answer that. Nice. Moon, that's a cool question. I'm looking forward to hearing my brother's answer to that. What's up, Deku guy? Sup, Rich, you were at my school yesterday, so that means Sequoia. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah. Story time. Do you want to hear a story? All right. I'll briefly share. I'll briefly share about kind of the past 2 days of speaking. Let's see here. A few things I learned. Where do I start? I don't know where to start here. I will say that I was doing a lot of speech preparation, the day of night before, and to me that's kind of a old habit of, like, of course I've done this presentation over and over again, and so I know what I'm going to say, and I always plan ahead to prepare for it, but a lot of my work is last minute, and I always make sure that I do my best, and it's not like it's not that I'm lazy. It's like, I guess for me, I'm learning, like, I don't know how to say this. It's like sometimes we have certain habits, and we got to figure out ways to work around it so we get things done and we do it in an efficient way that makes us feel good and is, again, efficient, and we do a good job. So that was kind of lesson number 1 for me these past 2 days. What else? I don't know. I got a lot of random personal things. This is like getting on a more personal, deeper level, but for me, it was really cool to see the different, I don't know, just the different kinds of interactions I had with students. I think sometimes when I go to schools, I know sometimes I get a little bit idolized because, oh, you're a YouTuber, all that stuff. And I mean, that's cool and all, but like, I don't know how to say it. It's like, I'm just Richard. And it's cool going to some schools where, like, they don't care about that stuff. And see, that stuff is cool. And so it just allows me to be human. I mean, I'm always human, or I always try to be. Uh, and I don't know, it's cool because really why I do what I do is because I want to make a difference in people's lives. I want to share a message. So yeah. Uh, Other things. I'll I'll be honest. Like even though I've done so many presentations, I still get nervous before every single one of my presentations. These past 2 days, honestly, I don't know if you noticed, but I was definitely nervous when presenting the assembly presentations because I always want to make sure I do a good job. And I don't know if I have anyone from Foothill, but yeah, like I mean, Foothill High School, 1,100 students times two presentations. There was a lot of side conversations going on, and I don't blame anyone for it. People just being people, that's okay. But sometimes, like as a speaker, it's like, what are you supposed to do? Like because if people are talking, then it's hard to hear. So like, do you tell them to be quiet, or do you just like let them keep talking? And you just keep talking. So it's as a person, you got to make those quick decisions. I share this with you because in our life, sometimes things are unexpected. Sometimes on the spot, come up with a solution, and we don't always know the right answer. Okay, so I don't know. It's exciting, and honestly, this happens to us in our life all the time. And sometimes we just hesitate, like we don't know what to do, so we're like, I don't know what to do, and then we ended up not taking action because we don't know what to do or we're afraid to do something. I had several times throughout the presentation. If anyone was at the Foothill presentation, the second presentation I did, there's a moment in the presentation where, I straight out I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. Like I literally just said that on the mic. I'm just gonna go for it. And I asked a question that was a little bit sensitive. I mean, I asked people. I'll say it. I asked people if they had someone close to them who committed suicide, and there's a purpose for me asking the question. And of course, I don't want to unnecessarily go to these topics without a purpose. But my purpose was really to help people recognize the challenges that people are going through, and I think that was a really effective way to help people understand that people are going through a lot. And that was just one of them. I also listed some other ones: family problems, academic, all this stuff. So yeah. Anyway, that's that's my learning of the weekend. That I think one of the best ways that we can improve ourselves with whatever you're doing, academics, speaking, or maybe it's a certain sport or game. Sometimes it's about just taking chances and just going for it. It's getting outside our comfort zone and just going for it. So yeah, for me, that was it. Literally, I had many moments during the past 2 days. Every single presentation, it's not that I purposely try to push myself to try something new. It's just I know there's always room to grow. So I always want to keep trying to add new pieces to my presentation versus just saying the same thing over and over again. So yeah, every single presentation is fresh and new. Yeah. Okay. So that's enough about me talking. I'm gonna read your questions and comments because I know I fell behind as I was talking. Alrighty here. Do, 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 do. Man, there's a lot of comments that went by. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's interested to know about the T-shirts, again, you could win a T-shirt. I'm giving away 3 T-shirts. Just go on Instagram and comment on the post, the most recent post that I posted on my Instagram. Just search Richard Kuo, you'll find me. That's number one. Number two is if you want to order the T-shirt, you can. There is a link on my website, richardkuo.com/store, and the T-shirt is listed on there. Yes, so that's another way to order it if you like. And I do not know. There's a good chance I might miss your comments. So just letting you know, I will do my best to quickly go through them, or at least scan them. Alrighty. Maria says, birthday is November 9th. Happy early birthday. Aw, it's a Friday. Awesome. Maddie says, I can't really care because I'm never on anymore. Miss you. See you at Krasnelk. Aw. Seth says, I'm a 6th grader now. By the way, just to let you know, nothing important. Nice. That helps. It reminds me which presentation you're in. I remember the 6th grade presentation for sure. That was a fun one, by the way. Sarah says, I had to finish writing a speech over the weekend about the weirdest topics. School can be stressful sometimes. I agree with you. School can be stressful sometimes. Let's see here. Drops the rocks from the basket. Let's see. Stephanie, welcome. Awesome. Morgan, good to see you on. I see a lot of birthdays. Let's see. Gavin Emmerich, good to see you on as well. That's awesome. I see a good amount of Sequoia students on. And Cam, what's up? Foothill. Good to see you on. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to catch up. Okay. I'm gonna reset this. Reset the comments. I'm gonna start from right now. I did kind of skim through your comments, so yeah. So yeah. I'm trying to hear what my brother's doing. Pickles. I think my sister's almost here. Dude, I haven't seen my sister in so long, like months. So yeah. Culture says, how much will t-shirts be? So t-shirts, they are t-shirts are okay. Well, on the website it's listed as $24.99, and so they're supposed to be 20, but I list them at $24.99 because it includes shipping, like shipping and any taxes that I might have to pay. So the reason I did that and had free shipping is because on the back end, it's really awkward to add a shipping cost on top of it. So I just, increased the price of the shirt and then I took out the shipping price. That's all I did. Yeah. Stephanie, funny. That face. Oh yeah, I heard my brother just drive. I think he's going to get my sister. Yeah. Yes. Goodness. Yeah. So how are you all doing? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. How's your first/second week of school? Ooh, I got some other things I can talk about. Did I get the mail yet? No, I did not get the mail because I just got back home. Okay, Seth, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so hey, let me know if this is interesting. Let me know if what I'm about to tell you is interesting to you, or it's just like meh, whatever. So one thing I find interesting is given that I'm older and I've already been through middle school, high school. When I go back to a middle school or a high school, I personally find it really fascinating to see students such as yourselves just kind of interacting with each other. Like, just human beings are so fascinating. And it's given that I already know kind of what to expect of the behaviors of middle school, high school students, because, I was one myself and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of whatever bullying. I've seen a lot of cliques. I've seen a lot of, just people, students being students, boys being boys, girls being girls. Like, it's interesting to go back there and just notice things like little things such as I remember after the presentation, there was a high school kid, by the way, not from either one of the schools. It was another kid. He was on a skateboard. And then one of the teachers said, hey, get off your skateboard. What do? Nothing. He kept riding his skateboard. He looked behind, looked at the teacher, kept riding his skateboard. And then she blew her whistle. Hey, get off the skateboard. And what do you do? Keep riding a skateboard. So I don't know. It fascinates me how people have like a certain how do I say this? Like just they have their own personality. They have their own way of looking at things. Like his friend. So two guys were riding a skateboard. One guy he got off his skateboard. His other friend didn't care. He's just like nope, kind of like a whatever. I'm not gonna listen to you, and he just kept going. I don't know. Yeah, kid is savage, but also bad. Yeah, pretty savage. I agree. Uh, yeah, and I don't know. For me, it's like school life rules. All this stuff is so interesting to me because it's like I understand two things. One, I understand why we have rules. We have rules because we want to make it a safe learning environment where people aren't being disruptive, everything like that, and safety, all that stuff. But at the same time, I also understand the kid on the skateboard. You know, uh, I'm not like calling him out or whatever, but it's like usually if someone is being savage or disrespectful like that, it's because they are having their own challenges. And I'm not saying like this guy's a problem. I'm just saying like um, I mean, it's for me, it's not that I want to make assumptions, but I can guess that he has his own challenges at home. He's, uh, my guess is his parents aren't there. His parents aren't there to support him, and that causes him to act out, not just at his parents, but also it reflects in his everyday life in other situations. So these are things that you can pick up when I don't know when you start to get to understand people. You start to understand why people act the way that they do, and I don't always know, but to me it fascinates me. Does it fascinate you? Like, does it fascinate you how one person is willing to get off their skateboard and listen while the other person isn't, and they're both friends, like they were riding together? I don't know. It's super fascinating to me. Yeah. Another thing that fascinates me that happened this super simple stuff is I got to walk around lunchtime at Foothill High School, and when I was walking around, I mean, this is basic. This is like every single school, but it just fascinated me to see all the little cliques of like the different personalities. You got the athletes hanging out together, kind of like what I see as probably the cool popular kids on campus hanging out together. You got the artsy kind of nerdy people hanging out together. So you have like these different groups, and I saw some kids sitting on the side by themselves, and it's interesting to just for me, it's interesting to just like break down what is their story, what's their thought process, what are they feeling, and there's a lot. I don't want to bore you here, but like I can keep talking about this. I could go way deeper because it fascinates me so much how people become create their personalities that they have. Again, I'm going to ask you: is this interesting to you, or is it just interesting to me? It fascinates me completely. All right, back to your comments. All right, I'm just going to pick a random spot and just start reading. Oh, I'm going to start reading from here. Coulter School hasn't started yet. Sweet. Sorry, Richard. Can't afford the merch. Gotta save it for jeans and shoes because all mine are ripped and old. Sarah, that's a-okay. No problem with that. Morgan says, sorry, I said early birthday. Modil says you are the best. Talking to me. Thank you very much. Sarah says people have been a bit mean to me. I guess I really hope I can gather the courage to talk to them sometime. I like to get to know them. Yeah, yeah. We can't always control what other people do or say or act, and we can only control how we respond to it. And sometimes we don't really know the right way to respond to things. So it's challenging, but it's also it's always just a learning process. We're always learning how to react to things better and not take things personally and everything like that. So patience is a good key. Deku guy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Keep doing what you're doing, man, he says. Alrighty. Close says my friend got hit by a car 2 days ago. Is your friend okay? Sorry to hear that. Random thing. Speaking of that, on my flight back here, back to Southern California, someone had a seizure on the airplane. That was pretty interesting. I've never seen an medical emergency like that on a plane. So thankfully he's okay though. Caitlin, good to see you on. Good to see you again. Caitlin says, thank you so much for coming to my school today. It was so special to me. Thank you. And I'm so happy that I got a chance to talk to you after the presentation and during lunchtime as well. And thank you for sharing your interests with me. That was really cool. Morgan says, Richard, are you going to make sweatshirts too? If you would like, we will make some sweaters as well. Yes. Stephanie says, two of my best friends are moving away. That's sad. You guys, stitches right by his pelvis. Ooh, goodness, that doesn't sound like fun at all. Everett Glaze says, thank you for coming to Sequoia Middle School. Everett, you're most welcome. I had a really good time hanging out with all of you at Sequoia and Foothill. For those, Caitlin and anyone else from Foothill. Let's see here. Yeah. Sweet. You know, it's funny. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I have a hard time publicizing my social media channels, or just like, hey, make sure you subscribe to me. Some speakers do that, like bust out your phones, make sure you subscribe to me, all that stuff. And I don't know, I just like that's not the main part of the presentation. So I try to do it because I think it's a good way to connect. But at the same time, I'm happy either way. I'm happy. I think it's good to have larger numbers, so larger impact. But I like small numbers as well. We could have more intimate conversations, which is awesome. And I'm happy that the select few of you out of the many people are on. There seems to be another big pig in this room right here. You want to see another big pig? Everyone, this is
What's up, guys?
For those who don't know, this is my brother Kevin. He's you all should know him because he's in my presentation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Celebs.
Yeah, so my brother's kind of a cool guy. It's kind of a big deal. Let's see. So, just a recap for those of you who maybe you forgot, during the presentation I talked about, he's a guy who made over $2,000 selling Pokemon cards in the 7th grade. He's also, he's definitely one of my biggest role models and definitely one of my biggest bullies as well when I was growing up. So, yeah. Oh, goodness, what was the question? Maria, if you're still on, I think Maria asked a question about Target. It was a really good question.
Really?
If you can, whoever asked that question, I think it was Maria. Can you ask that question again? Because he's on right now, and I'm curious to hear the answer, or your answer. Alrighty. Oh goodness, Morgan says one time my older brother, he's 17, got punched in the face for accidentally giving the wrong address. He had a seizure.
Whoa.
Ooh, goodness gracious.
Sounds brutal.
Yeah. Moon says, how do you deal with students that think they're too cool for your presentations? Interesting question. Honestly, that's define. How you define cool could be a lot of different ways. I'll just tell you, when I spoke today at Foothill, there's a part of the audience that were like really engaged, and I could tell they're paying attention. And there's a good part of the audience that were just kind of talking throughout the whole presentation. And it's kind of a balance because you don't want to keep stopping, like, hey, stop talking, whatever it is. What do you do? Honestly, sometimes I didn't have to do it today, but if people are being extremely rowdy and it's like a select group, I will actually call them out, and in a forwarding way of like, hey, you in the front, you wearing the red shirt, whatever it is, can you please stop talking because, I don't care if you listen, but please don't disrupt the people next to you. Like that's what I'd say. And I'm not going to take credit. I didn't come up with that. That was from another inspirational speaker who I look up to a lot. Like he's incredible. someone asked how you're doing.
I'm doing good. I mean, last night I popped my knee, so I have a little bit of a knee injury. It happened last year as well too. So, kind of is a tough little setback challenge because I mean, sports and basketball, the gym, staying active is just such a huge part of my life, and I think it's like not really define who I am, but I mean, it's just a big part of my life. So, just one of those challenges that I mean, it really is about staying positive through these things because it really is. It affects me to the fact where like I have to limp and it's really difficult to walk and I can't put any pressure. But yeah, so but other than that, just trying to stay positive, trying to just recover this weekend and just rest and hang out with family.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was telling them earlier how sometimes things happen. I forgot. I think it was Sarah, who's I don't remember exactly what. Someone got hurt, and it's like a lot of times we see it as a setback, but
Yeah,
like you said, I was telling them earlier, like sometimes things just happen. We injure ourselves, and we could either kind of feel sorry and feel bad, like, oh my god, this sucks,
yeah.
which of course it sucks, but you just gotta move on from it.
Yeah.
You accept it as it is, and one thing that I like that you did is like even though you got this sucks, it's like you don't focus on that. You focus on, but I got so much more in my life. I'm so grateful
Yeah.
that you have good health.
Yep.
No cancer, no I don't know, leukemia, like
Sure. Yeah. Terminal
everything.
diseases.
Yeah, so-
You just always have to look up. But even if you have cancer, it's not the end of the world.
Agreed.
You just make the most out of your life and what you got because you either focus on the negatives or focus on what you do have and what you can make in the future.
I agree with that. Let's see here.
We ever figure out what that question is? I don't think anybody's
Oh,
ever
right
asked
here.
me a target question.
Oh, it was Moon. Sorry about that.
Oh.
So Moon says, so you're a manager at Target. You must have a lot of teenager working under you. How do you deal with your own / your staff's superiority complex?
Superiority complex. I mean, we definitely have teenagers. Yeah, we do have teenagers. A few of them superiority complex, meaning like because they're younger than me, or
Superiority complex. What, do you remember the definition? It's
I'm gonna Google it right now.
yeah.
Superiority complex. What do you think that even is? Wait,
We learned that in psychology. It was
complex.
yeah.
So, all right. So it's a noun, an attitude or superiority that conceals actual feelings of inferiority and failure. It's a psychological defense mechanism that compensates for an inferiority complex. So people like trying to be. Is it people are trying to be really like
they act like they're powerful because inside they feel
like the
weak.
Hitler complex maybe? Yeah, kind of. It's
I
not
think,
called the Hitler complex, but it's not Hitler. Is it Hitler? What
no,
is this?
Napoleon.
Napoleon complex. Why do you say Hitler? Stupid. All right. But how do you deal with that? I think it's just a balance. I mean, everything's a balance. I think there really isn't like a black and white answer to that. It depends. Like if somebody's very aware of things, then you can kind of connect with them on a different level if they're like willing to listen to you. But if they have this superiority complex and they just don't see life for what it is, they kind of have a very skewed view, then sometimes you just got to give it to them straight. So sometimes I'll stop like the nonsense and I'll just get straight to the point, kind of to teach a lesson, but also like to give it to them straight, because at some point it's almost like tough love. Like they have to learn eventually sometime in their life what is right and what's wrong. I'm not the one who necessarily has all the answers or can tell them, but at least you want to give them a little bit of the tough love, kind of give them some common sense. And I think it's kind of more serving for them, because eventually they're going to learn sooner or later, hopefully not in the hard way.
Awesome. Isaac's Richard, I forgot to tell you, I got a pet cat. Did you really? That's cute. Culture says, I have a question for Kevin. Go for it. Shoot away.
Hi, Athena.
Hi, G. Do you wanna be on live stream?
She's probably tired. She got like a sinus infection.
Oh goodness.
So just.
All right.
Well, how much longer you get? So then we can.
Oh, okay.
It's a little easier.
All right. All right. Coulter, we're waiting for your question for Kevin. Coulter says, "What's your favorite song?"
Favorite song for now?
Nice.
It's funny we were just talking about this.
What's that
the
song?
Ryan Tedder Logic song that's out there. That's like my favorite. It's so uplifting. What is it called?
Wait, is it? It's One
Is it
Republic,
one-
right?
Ryan Tedder.
Right.
Tedder, which is
Is it Red Tedder?
It's Ryan Tedder.
Oh, okay. I'm like, there can't be more than one song that they did together, is there?
Ryan Tedder Logic. I think it's like one day.
Oh wait, is that the same
One
song?
day. You should watch the. For those of you that haven't seen that, there is
Oh yeah,
the one day. Yeah, watch the music video too. Is actually really cool. It's got a deeper meaning to it. Just shows that how connected people are and just kind of people's maybe superiority complex. Since we're talking about that, just how they view life and just it teaches you, or at least what I got away from the music video is to respect people and just to always. You never know. People are going to cross paths, but you should just respect people. It's good karma out there. So watch that music video if you get a chance on YouTube.
Nice. You know, I actually think that's a different song than I was thinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
because-
play it later.
The song I'm thinking is One Republic with Logic.
I didn't know that. The song. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I think it came out fairly recently. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hear one day.
Yeah.
Did they play that at the concert?
No, because you need kind of lead Logic there.
Well, I mean, do you need Beyonce to sing Halo?
No, if he's doing it all though.
Let's see here. Ryan Tedder, One Republic sang Halo because he produced that song, or he wrote that song for
And
Beyonce.
also the what's this song? Alesso?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote a song for Alesso too, so he performed that. That was pretty cool.
Sarah says, "How do you feel about giving people unlimited chances?"
I wouldn't say unlimited chances. I think again, it's going to depend on the context and what it is. But I think with unlimited chances in life, depends. Is it with like family, unconditional love with like a brother, sibling, or something like that? I think you can give it a lot more chances. Again, I'm not giving you the answer to anything because it depends on the context. But I think if somebody's saying like if somebody's really negative or they're lying to you. At some point, I think you don't want to associate with that because unlimited chances, you're really it's sucking the energy away from you.
Yeah.
So you give them chances, you kind of give them straightforward communication and let them know
Right.
what the expectations are. And then if they want to change or compromise, then you guys talk about that. But if they're going to ignore and kind of cross those boundaries, then you kind of have to cut your ties.
Yeah, and another note what I want to add on to that is limiting the amount of chances that you give someone is not about them, it's about respecting yourself. It's about like you can't just keep putting yourself out there and like, oh, let me give you another chance because you're wearing, like you said, you're
Yeah.
wearing yourself out. You know,
True.
you need to respect yourself and be like, hey, you know what, this isn't working for me, and you know I've given this person enough chances, and that's all.
Yeah,
because
amen.
I respect myself.
Make a good point. And plus, you'll like not be happy with yourself because then you're just continually breaking your beliefs and your core values for somebody else.
Let's see. Do you watch anime?
No.
Pokemon. Yeah, don't watch too much anime. Let's see here. Awesome. Hey, Honey's back. Honey is like every single time she's on, she hops on for like 1 minute on these live streams and she's like, be right back, shower, because she always comes back from soccer practice. And then she like every single time she can never be on the live stream. Yeah, like she shows up at the very beginning, takes a shower, whatever, eats, and then comes back at the very end when we hop off. Like, so.
Cool. Dedication.
Yep. What's that? Kaiwen says, thank you so much for coming to Foothill. I really enjoyed and connected with your story. Kaiwen, thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Seriously, it means a lot that when people actually say comments like that. Sarah says, if I could change one person's life by being there for them, then I feel like the chances are worth it.
It's fair.
Giving people chances, changing someone's life.
Yeah. It's just I guess it's kind of like how much you want to input it, because then say for example I'm going to play devil's advocate, say you give the chances to like 6 other people that are receptive to it and also respect your boundaries or can be pushed a little bit out of their comfort zone, then you could influence 6 people versus somebody that may or may not want to change. So it depends on people's willingness to change, and then also if they respect themselves and also respect you too.
Right. And another thing that I'm hearing, you hinted at this, or you actually mentioned it, is you're saying if you can change one person's life by being there for them and giving them more chances, then you feel like it's worth it. I think sometimes we need to be careful to not baby someone. So, like, if someone is not willing to change themselves, then it's like there's not much you could do. Like,
Yeah.
it's their choice if they want to change their life, not
Yeah.
yours. You could be there to support them and continue to support them, just like my brother. My brother supports me all the time.
It's true.
Sometimes I'm a little baby.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, like I don't know. My brother is like, I mean, my brother straight up has massive unconditional love for me. It's thank you.
Massive. Massive.
Like his dumps. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I appreciate that. You know, it's like it's a good example because it's like my brother is someone like he sees me struggle all the time. He sees me in my little funks, and back then he used to try to like get me out of it, and that was his. I don't know, in a way, kind of like giving me a chance.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know what? I'm gonna let Richard do his own thing, and I'm still gonna care for him on the side.
Yeah.
And I think that's a healthy way of doing it. He's respecting his time, and he's also giving my space to discover and grow myself. And Sarah, going back to you, I think it's kind of similar in your case. You know, you could show support, and then at the end of the day, you just gotta let the other person discover on their own and make that change. Agree?
Yep.
Cool. Honey says your brother gives good advice too. Of course he does.
Thanks.
This is Kevin Kuo, the
That's
legend. Let's see here. By the way, if you see this blank face, it's because I'm trying to
We're not just
read
staring
comments.
at you guys. We're staring at you guys.
There's a lot of comments.
Like,
Let's. You are both poppy now. Nice. Sarah
what was
says.
your first job? I read. I think we missed that.
Wait, which one?
I just.
Oh, what was your first job? I guess we'll both answer that.
Boomers, real quick. Boomers. It's like a family fun center. So think of like Chuck E. Cheese, like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese, an older version of Chuck E. Cheese,
With go-karts,
and rock walls, batting
bumper
cages,
boats,
yeah,
mini golf,
yeah,
that kind of
I did a
stuff.
whole bunch of stuff. I cleaned toilets. I was a waiter, cashier, fixed games. I wanted to learn everything. I was only there for 2 months as a summer job, but I had the thirst and knowledge to learn everything. So I literally picked up jobs that people didn't even know that I would learn.
What's my first job? I think my first job was enterprise rent-a-car internship.
No, you didn't get a job when you were 16 or 17?
No, I didn't. I don't think so.
You lazy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Lazy. Entitled. Goodness, this guy's spoiled. Where am I? Did I miss something? Okay, I think we're right here.
Yeah.
I feel like I just love everyone like my family because everyone's so beautiful. I agree.
Right on.
Yeah, you as well. Broofer says someone is in a world of cookies, rainbows, and unicorns eating pancakes over the clouds. Sweet. Caitlin says so. High school seems almost unnavigatable. What are some ways to somewhat cope? Let's see. It's hard to navigate. In what way do you think?
I think there's just so many social pressures. Social pressures. I think that's the biggest thing is like everybody's just trying to be cool. Everyone's trying to fit in. Everyone's doesn't want to be associated as being like uncool. But I mean, it's so hard to. I think we've talked about this quite a few times. It's hard to try to get out of your element and think a little bit long term because the immediate is like you think everything in high school is so amplified or under like a microscope. Like you think that everything's a big deal, and when you graduate high school or when you finish high school, you'll realize and you'll look back and you'll just laugh and you'll be like, that's funny. I don't even remember the stuff that like were super most embarrassing moments, or oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, like this is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. It honestly, that stuff, yes, it feels like it's important. I'm not gonna downplay it because you guys were experiencing it. But what I will say is like this stuff's not that serious. Like I did a whole bunch of very embarrassing things where I felt embarrassed and I was like, oh, I'm so not cool. And then now that I'm like grown up, have a job, all that stuff, none of that stuff really matters to you. So when you mean unnavigatable, the best thing that you can combat and kind of cope with that is to latch on to what your core values are. And what I mean by core values are like, what are your principles? What drives you? What makes you happy? On the core, and then stick with that, because I feel like I went through that stage growing up, bless you, growing up where I was like I wanted everybody's approval, or I wanted everybody to like me, so I would bend and flow like the river. Like I would just be like, oh my god, I absolutely like this, or this person's cool too, and I would just change myself all the time, just because I wanted people to think like, oh, I liked what they liked as well too. But just like what you like, be comfortable with what you like out there. Find people that support you, that are opening as well too. Get away from the haters, get away from the people that judge, because that's, I think, people start to hate and judge so often when they get scared that other people are judging them too. It's kind of like a defense mechanism. It's insecurities really, but that's the best way to cope, is find what you like, be genuine about yourself, and then find people that are also open and nice and genuine too.
Yeah. And Kaden, I don't know if you mind or not. I kind of want to share with like some of the interests that you're into, and I have a little bit of a conversation around that. So let me know if you're okay with me sharing a little bit of our conversations, because I don't know, I know some things and I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I just want to ask permission first. Let's see. Here we are. Okay, Stephanie says Kevin is kind of like my Koya Kelvin's name, but with a
L?
without an L. Yeah. Koya, what is that? It's Filipino. It's like brother. Does that mean brother?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but that's like used to address like all guys. Koya. Sarah says, I'm writing a speech on seizures because I walked into in class and forgot to pick out a topic, so I wrote down the first thing I thought of, and now I'm in a little bit of a pickle. Seth says, you still play games or have you stopped? Just wondering. I do play. I play a little bit. I don't play as much as I used to. I do my best to balance. Honey says, school starts on Monday. I'm still mad.
Don't be mad. Everything's an opportunity to connect and just enjoy life. You know what I mean? Make the most out of it.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, as sometimes school could be stressful and all that stuff, and we want to break. But it's like you said, it's an opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Morgan says, I made the dance team today, but I don't know if I want to be in the team because they have like outfits that show a lot of skin, like skirts, and I'm really self-conscious.
Well, I would say, I mean, if you like dancing, again, it's back to your passion, like dancing. I mean, if you absolutely like dancing, I would say do it. And then if it's the self-conscious, like meaning your body and all of that stuff, accept it. Make it better if you want to, like if it's for the right reasons, but be confident in yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. It's so weird. Like I've gotten to the stage where I'm just like, I don't mean it like I don't care what other people think, like, oh, I hate them, but it's like I'm going to focus on what I believe in life, and then continue to drive that through my actions, what I say in life. And that's how you build confidence in yourself, is really not caring what other people think.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, I've been there, and I've shared this plenty of times. I don't know if you know this. When I used to swim, and this is one of my presentations, but when I used to swim, I used to be like super self-conscious about how I look.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like, we'd have to wear a Speedo, and then every single time, you know how like when we sit down, either we wear a shirt or we wrap a towel, whatever.
You'd wait till the end to take it off.
Literally last minute, like right before I got on the block, take it off, and then
just jump in.
And I'll just go like this.
Oh yeah, I remember you doing that. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you doing that all the time. I didn't know it was for that reason, but anyways, guys. So if you guys ever feel self-conscious, imagine this guy in a Speedo.
Oh, thanks.
Imagine this guy in a Speedo. So I'm just kidding. But yeah, don't worry about that
Don't
stuff.
do it.
You guys worry about that now. When you're super yourself, that stuff doesn't matter as much. And like I said, if it matters enough for you, and you want to lose weight or you want to look better or feel better for health reasons, do it for you, not for anybody else.
One more thing, Morgan, that maybe a little bit challenged. I don't know if this is the right thing, but I kind of want to, how do I say this? Offer up a potential challenge. It's up to you. And my challenge is, if you want to do dance, just go for it. Do it and allow yourself to experience what it's like to whatever, judge yourself and have that courage to just push through. I kind of did an experiment because, again, I used to be super, super self-conscious with my body. One time I got challenged to go out there in my Speedo and just walk around. And I did it, and it was so scary. Like, I thought I was gonna be judged. I thought everyone was gonna look at me weird.
This? On a speaking? Isn't that inappropriate?
What?
You mean that on stage? Like
No.
Okay, I was like,
it was a side challenge for yeah.
That is hilarious. I did that. I had to do that randomly, not really by choice. It was Raging Waters. It was at a theme park. Because, okay, to kind of give you backstory, guys, I don't like to wear swim trunks with like boxers or like undergarments because it makes me feel, I don't like the wet feeling. So I'll always wear kind of like a Speedo or something else under my swim trunks. And then me and my friends, we all went to Raging Waters. Like this was maybe like 9 or 10 years back. And so one of my friends forgot his swimsuit. He's like, I'm going to drive back home to go get it, which is like, it would have set us back like an hour or two. So I was just like, oh, man, should I tell him that he can use my swimsuit and I'll just wear a Speedo? Awesome, stupid, whatever you want to call it, mistake, because I gave him my swim trunks and I wore a Speedo the entire day at a Raging Waters. I got the dirtiest, worst, disgusted, embarrassing looks ever. Like it was funny, but I was just like, whatever. I really don't care anymore because if I did care, then I wouldn't give him my swim trunks. But anyways, that's a random small story. I got the weirdest looks and stuff like that, but it's all cool. You kind of own it, and I was confident enough to be like, you know what? I don't really care what people think.
Right on. Alrighty, here. Let's see.
We're reading again. We're just not just staring at you guys. Or we could stare at you guys. It's all good. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
okay. All right. I want to skip a few comments. Culture says, I really thought that Kuo was pronounced Kuo.
Kuo.
I feel like it.
Yeah, Kuo.
Yeah.
Kuo, that's all.
Yeah, it's
all works. Scrolling. Just be yourself. I like it. Somebody has to go. Sorry.
Broofer hasn't played games in 6 weeks. Steven hasn't played in 4 years. Stephanie says, I played Megalodon? And then Sarah says, I've been very emotionally fragile in the past week, but it's honestly kind of funny.
Glad you're able to, take it lighthearted. Don't take it too serious in life, honestly.
Yeah, I think Sarah's pretty cool. She's funny.
Seems like it, of course. She likes hot chocolate, of course.
There we go. Avery, say hi if you're from Sequoia.
What? Sequoia?
Let's see, we got a little Roblox conversation going on. Sweet. Sarah says, like the teacher was passing out papers and she forgot me, and I don't know why, but I slowly cheered up and stared at my desk having a silent breakdown about a paper.
Oh, man. Must like papers. Yeah, funny. Killing trees is really sad. It is. I have to recycle. I don't like people who don't recycle.
And what if they don't recycle? Do you not like them?
You should recycle. That's all I'm trying to say.
Emily says, you was at my school talking about Cassie's, Stacy, yes. And let's see, Emmy, clearly from Sequoia. That's awesome.
Hot chocolate, the single man's beverage. I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Awesome.
That's cool. I'm caught up. Nice.
Sweet.
Exactly 1 hour. That's exactly 1 hour, right? Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
59 minutes.
Sweet. Alrighty. So we're at an hour. I think we'll stick somewhere around that. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Of course, of course.
Yep. Yeah, it's always cool. If you got any last final words, let us know. Last final questions, we'll possibly answer it. Avery says, "I like what you said at our school yesterday." Thank you, Avery. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Yeah, it's been a cool journey the past 2 days up in NorCal. Again, I on Thursday I spoke at Sokoya Middle School, and then Friday I went down the street, 30 minutes down the street to Foothill High School. Yes. All right. Friends, everyone, thank you so much for being on here. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. We will be back here on Monday, 8 p.m. I don't know. I don't think my brother will be here because I'll be at home. Well, he'll be at his home. And yes, so 8 p.m. Monday. See you then. All right. What else? Don't forget to enter yourself into the free T-shirt giveaway contest on Instagram. You can win a T-shirt there, and it's only going to be open for 1 week total, and it's 2 days have gone. So you might as well. It's a free shirt. Yeah.
Have a good weekend, yo.
All right. Bye, everyone.